It's Friday the 16th of February 2018 and I'm at the RIver Lea navigation on the outskirts of Waltham Abbey to do a walk along the Lea Valley Walk. Riverside views opening up. There's the crossing of the M25 over the Lea. Canada geese on the Lea. Just past Ramney Marsh Lock. That's looking back the way I've come. You can see the M25 bridge in the distance. And there's the towpath continuing ahead from Ramney Marsh Lock. Looks like the remains of an old bridge over the Lea here. I'm walking into the sun, so filming is a bit of a problem in the direction of travel. Over to the right there's this expansive area of fields, scrubland. And there's the towpath continuing. Very pleasant view now along the Lea. Next road bridge, we're approaching Enfield Lock now. Great view along the Lea in the Enfield Lock area. There's the actual Enfield Lock, looking back the way I've come. There's a lot of building work going on here. At this point the London Loop joins the towpath for a short distance. And there's the towpath continuing on the other side of the river. We cross over the river at Enfield Lock. A little further on, first confirmation I've seen that we're on the Lea Valley Walk. Just past the sign in the last clip, there's this decent view along the Lea. Industrial buildings on the other bank of the Lea. Interesting curved pylons in this area. And there's another Lea Valley Walk marker, and we're on a fairly straight section of the Lea now. Interesting curves in the river ahead. I'm pointing straight into the sun here. Now a lovely straight section of the River Lea. It's almost rural here, even though we're in North London. Interesting metal sculpture, is it? By the riverbank. And there's the walk continuing. Another group of walkers ahead. Another open stretch of river here. We're coming up towards Ponder's End now. Beautiful building on the opposite bank. And a busy main road crosses the river here. Now at Ponder's End Lock. And that's looking back the way I've come. home of Hales. Interesting. And here's the towpath continuing after Ponders End Lock. Shortly afterwards, the Lea navigation becomes dead straight. Once again, it's almost rural. Yet another very pleasant semi-rural Lea navigation scene. Interesting. I'll say no more. There's the path continuing. Now at Alfie's Lock. Oh, it used to be the Pickett's Lock. And there's the Lea navigation continuing. Now passing London Energy. It's very tiring walking into the sun all the time. We now come to the crossing of the North Circular Road, Angel Road at this point, which crosses the Lea here. A couple of swans on the Lea beyond the Angel Road crossing. There's the walk continuing ahead. There's a major problem with the sun being in the way. Looking back, there's some more industrial buildings. That's looking back the way I've come, away from the sun. Over to the left, there's a bus depot. Once again, the Lea is quite rural, even though we're in North London, as I said before. The continuing walk along the Lea Valley Walk. Over to the left now, we're walking beside Tottenham Marshes. And there's the continuing Lea navigation towpath. Another lock. Stonebridge Lock. And the towpath switches banks here. Information board about the Lea navigation at the lock. There's a signpost, Tottenham Hale, 3/4 of a mile, and that's the end of today's walk. And that's the way we've now switched banks going along the other side of the Lea navigation. You'd never think you were less than a mile from Tottenham Hale station here. Another Lea navigation scene. Now at Tottenham Lock, and you can see Ferry Lane, the road crossing the Lea. This is where I'm leaving the Lea Valley Walk to head to Tottenham Hale Station. Now at Tottenham Hale Station and the end of today's walk along the Lea Valley Walk. It's a bit of a building site here.